I'm Kristi McCalebs. I'm doing the lumbar series, so I'm going to start with the AP lumbopelvic. We're going to do the super tech on this one, so we're going to measure through the central ray, which is an inch below the iliac crest. Here, measure. We're at about a 23. So I'm going to grab my super tech. We're going to just do a 0 for total correction factor. We're going to do 23 in the lumbosacral AP. Check the MAS, the KVP is 80. So we're going to go to 100 on the MAS. We're going to come over here. We're going to do 80, which it already is, and we're going to go to 100. And it's going to be in between 93 and 112, so we're going to go with the higher MAS. We're going to use the 14 by 17 film. The ID blocker is going to be up to avoid the proximal femurs. So it's in here. Okay. There's going to be a 0-degree tube tilt, no tube tilt, and sorry. And the FFD is going to be 40. Here. Right at 90. We're going to collimate for 14 by 17. So just under 14. Just under 17. We're going to look for the central ray to be an inch below. We're going to have the patient bring their feet in internally 15 degrees. I'll put you down. That goes all the way. So yeah, so
the central ray would be.
Central ray would be an inch below the iliac crest if I could go any lower with this.
But the table prohibits.
The table won't go down. I'm going to line up this as best I can. So this is going to come down to where this is lined up right around there. Make sure the patient, if she could, would keep her feet internally rotated to bring the proximal femurs up. I'm going to have her, just bring her arms out to the side, and I'm going to tell the patient to don't breathe and don't move. Actually, I'm going to have her breathe out and hold it, and I would shoot the film. Okay, from there, we're going to do a lateral lumbosacral. So have the patient just stand either side to the, right, there you go. It's also going to be a 40 FFD. The film size is going to be the same, but we need to do, we'll just have you turn around because we're going to do the IV blocker anterior to the spine to avoid the spinous process. The central ray, move up for me, is going to be at the iliac crest at the mid-axillary line. Once again, it's a little high, but it's from the table. Let's see, no tube tilt, and the collimation is going to stay the same. There's no filter on either of those. The first one would have had a gonad shield. Sorry, I forgot that, but we couldn't find it. This one has no shield, and I think that's about it. We're also going to have the patient to don't breathe and don't breathe out and hold it. There we go. And from there, we're going to go into the L5S1 spot. So we're going to have the patient hop on the table, supine. We're going to be using an 8 by 10 film. It's going to be crosswise ID. Crosswise ID is going to be down. Slide that in there. Bring this over. We are going to have an FFD of 40, but with the tube tilt, we are going to account for that. So we're going to go down to 35, 5 degrees for every 1/15. And we're going to do a 25-degree cephalic tube tilt. So right around here. Move this over. Central ray is going to be at the iliac crest, but midline. Here, so I'm going to have the patient just scoot to their left just a tiny bit right there. And the collimation is going to be to 8 by 10. There we go, so 10 here, 8 there. No filter, no shields. And let's see what I'm forgetting. Have the patient to instruct them to not breathe and to not move. And before any of that happens, I would tell the patient to de-artifact, to have informed consent, to gown the patient, and to have the shields correctly. And I would observe for the 10-day rule, meaning the female patients need to come within a 10-day rule. And I also forgot that I'm going to be lining up the central ray to the film here.